it is Rinne-Hatake here, back with another video, and today I got What If Goku and Vegeta were born as Gogeta and Vegito. And the reason why I didn't upload for a little while is because I was busy with a what if that I was planning to make, and that was what if Goku was born with Saitama's potential, the movie. And it's gonna take a lot longer than expected, seeing this will be very, very long. So bear with me, that will be released very, very soon. But I will continue some of the series that I haven't finished just yet. But without further ado, let's actually start this what if scenario. So where I left off is Goku was about to land the most critical blow, as in an instant, Goku just kicked Vegeta straight in his gut, making Vegeta cough out an immense amount of blood as he coughs out a ton of it. As that actually made Vegeta pass out as he drops to his knees, as he's now unconscious. As Goku just drops out of his ultimate form and decides to why not help out Vegeta, since he's still the same kind of Goku, but he has Gogeta instincts too, knowing when to kill and not. But I'm just gonna say he's gonna spare Vegeta, because why not? But anyways, let's move. In another part of Universe 7, well, the most unknown spot, only known to Frieza and King Cold, was a planet that no mortal being, would ever try to enter. And that is the home of the god of destruction, Beerus. As Beerus, the one who rules the Universe 7, has now been awakened, as he senses the mighty powers that were clashing during his slumber, as he notices a power that piques his interest, as he rises from his slumber saying, Whis. As Whis instantly was there saying, Hello my lord, how was your slumber? How was your sleep? As Beerus scratches his ears saying, I was awakened from my slumber. Well, those power levels I just felt were very high for any mortal in this universe. So, tell me, who was it? Who were those power levels that I sensed? As, Whis explains to him that it was Son Goku, Prince Vegeta, and the one known as Broly. As, Beerus was impressed, saying names, huh? Don't know about that Goku fellow, but it seems he had the highest power level out of them all. I am very interested in them. Make sure to keep an eye out, and I'll be resting once again. But if they wake me up once more, take them to my planet and train them, for I want to see the next Super Saiyan God. The ones that I heard of in the legend, in the book of the Namekians. Namekian Book of Legend, I've read about them. But I've never seen a Saiyan God, so wake me up, or whenever I wake up, I better see those Saiyans here training, or else. As Beerus goes back, sleeping soundly, as Whis makes sure to keep that noted, as he basically keeps an eye out for the three Saiyans, and one that's piquing his interest, Gohan. Gohan is very different from those Saiyans, even though Goku and Vegeta are very, very powerful. Something is strange within Gohan. Gohan has a very hidden potential that could possibly surpass even Goku and Vegeta if it was, taken care of very well. But it seems that the potential that Gohan will have won't basically awaken until something happens. But we move, as Whis keeps a close eye on them. Every move keeps a close eye on them. But after the fight, everyone starts, getting healed up, as Broly and the rest of them will have a lot of fun, have some, have their time and stuff like that. Have their time of peace for a little while. But to be honest, I don't know who to ship Vegito. Actually, Vegeta could be with Bulma. But hey, actually, I got a good idea. Okay, you might not like this idea. You might not like Goku going with Chi-Chi. Like, that's what I always do. But come on, man. Gohan. You need Gohan in the picture. So I'm gonna keep the ships the exact same, except for Broly. As Broly and Bulma aren't really, the boyfriend-girlfriend kind of type, they're more of like best friends, since they get along pretty well, as Broly is more like a big brother to Bulma, and Broly treats Bulma like a little sister, so nothing going on between them. So Broly isn't really having a romantic relationship with anybody right now. But we move as Vegeta has awoken, as he was in the Kami's lookout, as everyone or all the sea fighters were there, waiting, as he gets up saying, "Where am I? How dare you treat a prince, how dare you treat a prince like this?" As he, just tries to fight, but Goku was already ready for that, saying, "Don't move, Vegeta." As Goku, or, Gogeta's move where he just has this cool rainbow orb in his hand and he throws it at some people. Yeah, that's the move he has ready. As Vegeta can sense the ominous aura from that attack, knowing that it could possibly kill him if he dared to move. So Goku looks at him saying, So what will it be, Vegeta? Will you tell us everything you know, or will you die by my hand?" As Goku was gonna throw it, he knows when to show mercy and to not show mercy. Unlike Goku, well, he did know when to show mercy, and sometimes he didn't show mercy, but it's Goku. He's pretty naive. But this time, since some of Vegeta's personality is within Gogeta, it kind of balances it out, so yeah. So, Vegeta decides to, not risk his life, even though it's not very prideful of a Saiyan. He still didn't risk his life for such a thing, and decided to inform them of Frieza, his orders, and why he was trying to recruit Goku. As Goku looks at him saying, so, you were just trying to kill the person who destroyed our planet many years ago. As Vegeta looks at him saying, that's right. As Goku was quite confused, saying, our powers, I feel that they're surpassing that of Frieza's, so why haven't you done anything yet? As Vegeta looks at him saying, As he actually thinks about this for a second, as he has like a moment of shock, saying, I could have attacked him so long ago. As everyone in the room just facepalms, saying, you're a total idiot. As this is when Goku's kind of side affects Vegeta, since, he has basically some of Vegeta's personality, which is already basically Vegeta. Goku's side of naivety kind of comes in as well. So they both have different types of personalities, and some are pretty much the same. But we move. As, they kind of talk for a while, learning a lot more about Vegeta's past, and he's not too much of a bad guy. They could see why, they can see that he isn't too bad of a person, but he's just a little too prideful, But Goku and him start to get along pretty well, as soon enough they became not best friends, but acquaintances. As a long while passes, as they get some bad news from the Supreme Kai, learning about, Namek's attack. So, Goku can legit Kai there, but there's a limit to Goku's ability, and that's just, actually no, I'm not going to place a limit on the Kai. He can Kai there back and forth, easy. So, there is no reason for Goku to actually, ask Bulma to build the ship. So, they did train for a little while just in case Frieza was, training or something, but they didn't know Frieza didn't actually train. He's just lazy and doesn't want to, and feels like training is pointless. So Goku and Vegeta train in the time chamber for a whole day straight. They come out a lot stronger, as Goku has a lot more mastery over his ultimate form, actually gaining a lot of power. And he's about the same level as Gohan in the TOP, and that's the Tournament of Power. And that's very, very strong. As Vegeta, on the other hand, he's getting a lot stronger, and he's not basically the same strong as Goku. Even if he does unlock Super Saiyan, it's not gonna do very much, because Goku's already having a huge lead on him. But Gohan, on the other hand, was training with Piccolo, as Goku decided to just take Vegeta with him, as to not endanger his son any further. So he just kaikais to planet Namek, finds a few villages, saves a few Namekians with Vegeta, even though Vegeta despised the idea, and he still went with it because he had no other choice to, because he wouldn't have a way to escape or head back to Earth or any other planet because he didn't have a ship. So he had no other choice but to follow Goku. And soon enough they ran into Frieza, as Frieza was just being a total madman, just killing many Namekians on sight. So before they start planning, usually Vegeta is more composed and thinks ahead, but his Saiyan blood boils, as you know what happens with the Saiyan blood. It always comes first, and your pride always comes first as a Saiyan, and you're always fit and ready for battle. So he doesn't think of a plan, he heads straight forward. And I think that's what you guys wanted to see most in some of my what ifs that I did with Goku, because I didn't really express Goku's pride as a Saiyan, so this time I will indefinitely. So yeah, we move. As Vegeta is absolutely clubbering Frieza. Frieza, not even knowing who it was, instantly gets hit with a two-piece combo and then a spinning back kick, as Goku comes in there also performing so much attacks, as he does All Might's One Justice combo when he does multiple punches. Yeah, he basically does that, as Vegeta comes in. They're basically playing Goten and Trunks here, volleyballing Frieza back and forth, as soon enough they just trying to finish this, as Goku basically does a spin and kicks Frieza upwards, as Vegeta charges up a Galactic gun, blasting Frieza straight towards the planet, as Goku spins and kicks Frieza's rib, basically sending him into a mountain, as Frieza is on the brink of death. He's not even in his final form, and there's no point transforming since you're already up against monsters at this point. So both of them basically clench their fist, as Goku goes for a right hook while Vegeta goes for a left, as both of them punch Frieza's face, as they send multiple barrages, as both of them showing excellent teamwork. Without a doubt, this was one of the best teamwork things you've ever seen, as both of them express such power that Frieza, all of his bones are already shattered, and now they're just turning into dust, and his organs are getting turned into you know how jelly is when you throw it on the ground, it basically just splits everywhere? That's basically what's happening to all of his organs. His organs are splatting, basically just spreading apart, as Goku punches Frieza's stomach, as that basically just turns into mush, and so does Vegeta, turning it even more mush, as he basically just continues this onslaught of attacks. And to be honest, Frieza's already dead, and they're just continuing this cycle of attacks, but Goku stops, but Vegeta continues, as he finally gets over it, kicking Frieza's face, basically caving his skull in, as Frieza was no way he can revive him from all of that. His body, his bones, everything is just crushed, as Frieza was left dead. You can't revive something that's been broken down into basically dust. That's impossible. So they just dealt with the rest of the Frieza force, and basically they found Dragon Balls and decided to make a wish to Porunga, but they also brought Nail along with them. As Goku's wish was to revive all the Namekians that died on this planet, as all of them were revived. As Goku's next wish was to restore the youth of the Elder Namekian, which surprised the Elder, seeing that he was about to die, but his youth was restored as he's now at about an early age, like the same age as Piccolo, basically. He's pretty young now, I'd say. He's pretty young now. He's pretty young now, like in his 20s or so. So his youth was restored, as now he can live for another couple of years. Actually, no, a lot longer. I don't know the Namekian lifespan, so who knows. As he's, excuse me. My apologies if you heard anything in the background. But we move, as, well, a lot of things happen right after, as Goku and Vegeta head back to Earth using the Kai Kai technique. As many months of training go by, as Trunks finally shows up. But since Whis is monitoring this, he's very perplexed, seeing another Saiyan, but this Saiyan seems like he's from a different timeline, so he decides to listen in the conversation. As, Trunks gives Goku the same medicine, fights Goku, gets clapped, and leaves, telling him about the androids and stuff like that. And, well, Whis was very interested in this and wants to see how it goes. So, excuse me, apologies for any interruptions that you might hear or any loud noises. Seems like somebody's gaming a little too hard, but we move. As, well, we move from all of the noise, but we move. So, Goku and the rest train for a lot longer, as soon enough they've awakened the legendary power of Super Saiyan. But the first person to actually awaken this was Broly, since he could see that he's falling so far behind that his rage and anger boost him. But before transforming to Super Saiyan, he figured a new ability, the Ikari form, the humanoid version of the Ozaru. Or, I totally forgot what other people call it, so I'm just gonna call it the Ikari form. Yes, it's basically the Ikari form, and he's a lot stronger, but his rage is taking control. So, he mastered that first, to a pretty good degree where his rage doesn't control him, but soon enough he still sees that he's not gonna win against both of them. So, he started doing some secret training, and he's managed to actually awaken Super Saiyan. But the thing is, his power is a lot more different than most Saiyans, since when he transformed with the Ikari, he lost all control, as Goku and Vegeta saw this and noticed that this power might be what Vegeta think it is, the legendary Super Saiyan. As Vegeta instantly knocks Broly out with a neck chop, as Broly comes to his senses, and he realizes he needs to control his Ikari form to the best of degrees before he can try Super Saiyan. As Gohan notices that he's falling behind, and he isn't lacking in his studies, so he asked King Kai or Goku if he can train under the best master he's trained under. So he decided to take him to King Kai first to test Gohan's ability, as Gohan got some godly education, since, King Kai's sort of a god of his own, with his own right, he's kind of a god in his own right, so he got some education from him, some training, and to improve himself. But soon enough, that training wasn't enough, so Gohan asked for more training, and he went to Supreme Kai, and Gohan was the next person to actually lift the Z sword, as Gohan and Goku were worthy, as, Gohan started training and receiving education. So basically while he was training, like throwing punches, kicks, Kibito would ask him questions like, what is the square root of 5,500? I don't know, just think of a random math equation, or history equation, just any type of subject equation, and Gohan can answer it. Gohan's big brain, so trust, he can do it. But we move. As for now, Goku is in the midst of training with Vegeta and Broly, as androids start to pop up and, start destroying a city, and Goku did take his medicine, because, he's not dumb and forgot about it. So they fought the androids, and it was pretty easy. Broly and Goku and Vegeta were able to take the 2 androids down pretty easily, and the others weren't even aware of such things. But, Vegeta took out Android 21 instantly, as they're hiding a few things. As Broly takes out... Wait, did I say 21? Because Vegeta takes out 19, and then Broly takes out 20. I totally keep forgetting that. But we move, as they search around, and it takes them a month or so since the lab was well hidden, and they actually find the laboratory. As well, they see androids there and a project known as Cell, but Broly takes a look around. Something catches his eye as he stares at her. Yes, Broly actually sees a beautiful girl stuck inside an incubation thing, or just a large box thing that contains the androids, and they're labeled Android 18, Android 17, and Android 16. As a description was labeled under Android 16, it's fully Android. But for the 2, it was labeled Cyborg, as Broly just couldn't stop staring at this girl he saw. As Broly actually fell in love. Love at first sight, they say. As Broly wouldn't let Vegeta or Goku destroy this one. As Goku, face pumps saying, "Oh, great. Vegeta, let's just take him back. Let's see if Bulma can reprogram any of these." As, they take it back to Bulma. As, I forgot to mention, Vegeta and Bulma actually got together. So, I'm sorry if you wanted Goku to be with Bulma, or 18 to be with, Goku. I'm really sorry if you really wanted that, but this is how I picture this would actually go. Since, Goku still has the same personality and a little character difference, but not too much. But he still would have fallen in love with Chi-Chi, and either way, it's still gonna work out. You'll see. Just watch. But we move. As Bulma reprograms them, as he reprograms the easiest first, 16. As 16 was programmed to kill Goku. But now they just programmed, 16 to protect Capsule Corp in the city that they're in, and be a cop for Capsule Corp, or a security guard, something like that. So that was the easiest so far, but Cyborg's part human and robot is a little bit harder, but they managed. And the first one was Azul. I think Azul was 18. Oh, I cannot remember. Azul and Lapis, was it? Man, am I talking Minecraft or something? Because I totally forgot their names. I heard from another What If, I think it was Smugstick. Yeah, he said their names were Azul and Lapis, I think. So I'm kind of trying to do something here. Just give me a second to think. I think Azul was 18. No, maybe I'm wrong. Lapis, I don't know. I totally forgot. So we're just gonna stick with 18 and 17, because I don't know their names. So if you guys can do some research, tell me the androids' names. Besides 18 and 17. Their names before they were taken by Jiro. That would be very beneficial for the story, because I need to know their names. So, yeah. Thank you if you're actually going to do that. But without further ado, let's continue. As the first one to be reprogrammed was 17, and then 18, as both of them were rather in shock as they get up, look around, and are already immensely wary, and look around to see where they were at, as they remember flashbacks of the past when they were kidnapped by Jiro performing horrible, inhumane experiments on them, turning them into robots. As Bulma explains everything to them, as now they were shocked, as they are rebellious teenagers, they kind of blast off, leaving. This is kind of similar, if you know what I'm talking about, to, Smugstick's What If, because I'm adding a little bit of some stuff from there and here. Just, this was inspired by some part of his story. You can, check out his channel, subscribe to him. He's actually a really good person with his What Ifs. Haven't met him in person yet, but he's really good at making What If stories. I recommend you watch them. But we move. As well, Broly was actually the first person to try and stop them, but Goku places an arm on his shoulder saying, "Chillax, Broly. They just need some time. They were just experimented on, and they're just young, and they need some time." As Broly just understood this, and decided to wait it out a while. As actually 18 actually kind of saw Broly, and she actually taken a liking to Broly. Yes, she did. So Broly taken a liking to her, and so did she, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. But soon enough, they came to their senses, came back to Capsule Corp, and needed a place to stay. But Broly was there waiting, as Broly had a place of his own, and Goku actually, since he's the 3-time World Martial Arts Championship, I think. Yeah, I think I think I said he won the championship in the Tenkaichi Budokai. I think I said he won that. He's pretty stacked and rich. I think I said that too. Hopefully I said it, but if I didn't, yes, he is stacked and rich since he's a champion or some stuff. And people know him as the Great Goku. Yes, they know him as an actual great martial artist and a great fighter, as well, his name was engraved on a city or a town itself. Instead of Satan City, it was like Goku City or something. It was actually Sun City or something like that, okay? You can come up with a city name if you want to. Comment it down below. But Goku's basically very famous in that place. So Goku got a reservation not a reservation, it's not a restaurant, but, got Broly an apartment that's pretty big. It's like a 4-star apartment, and it's pretty cheap. Not cheap, excuse me, it was not cheap at all. It was pretty expensive, but Goku paid for it. So Broly had his place of his own, so he decided to take 18, as 17 decided to stay with decided to stay with Bulma, because 17 is like bros with 16. So 17 was basically another guard to protect Capsule Corp and the city, just in case there were any dangers. As well, I'm forgetting about someone, am I? Cell was still in there, as he wasn't able to be broken free. But I'm just gonna say the supercomputer was still working its magic, or doing its magic, man. So it was still doing some coding and whatever, and just basically unlocked Cell from his little cage until Cell was ready. So it took like 5 months or so, as Cell was actually free. He went loose, and he had Goku's DNA. Yes, he had Goku's DNA, and Vegeta's as well. So this guy was a pretty tough opponent. It just didn't have Vegeta's DNA, because if it did, it would be way beyond Goku. But it had Goku's DNA. So yeah, and that thing was trying to steal and kidnap people. But I'm just gonna end this quickly by saying Goku and Vegeta had a hard fight with it. It was pretty hard to defeat, but it wasn't too powerful since it wasn't at its perfect form. As Gohan and all of them used Super Saiyan. Well, not all of them. The human Z-Fighters tried to help. They couldn't land a single blow, but they did their best. But Broly, Gohan, and Goku, Vegeta, they turned Super Saiyan, but Goku was always in the lead in front of Vegeta. As Goku accesses Super Saiyan 2, but he knows this is weaker than his ultimate form, but he has to hold back a bit. And Gohan and the rest of them finished it off, and it was a hard-fought battle, but Goku was holding back tremendously. But yeah, they defeated Cell, and you're probably gonna question this arc a lot, but I'm just gonna say plot armor, okay? Plot armor for most of it, but we move. And soon enough, we're gonna enter the Boo arc very soon. Actually, yeah. We're gonna have a 7-year time skip, and we're gonna enter the Boo arc very soon. So, Goku is known as not the 3 times, since it's been 7 years. This will be like, I don't know what the number of the Tenkaichi Budokai this is, but I'm just gonna say 30th anniversary or 30th Tenkaichi Budokai tournament. I don't really know, but I think that's what it is. So I'm just gonna stick with number 30. So this is the 30th Tenkaichi Budokai, and during the 7 years, Goku has actually still won, even with Vegeta and the human Z fighters intact, or doing the competition as well. Goku has always remained the champion. Vegeta coming in a close second place, Gohan roughly in third, and the rest is actually no. Gohan would come in fourth. Third would be Broly. As they'd all compete to always win and to be known as champion. But Goku would always win, being known as since there's like a competition every year, I think every year it would be since they started like 3 plus 7. That's a lot. He'd be a 10-time champion, so he's pretty well known around the world for his wins and stuff. But we move as well, seeing he's like a champion and everything. Another tournament showed up, as Goku was not gonna, disappoint. So he shows up to the tournament as well as everyone else. As there were two inconspicuous, two and four people that showed up looking very secretive. But Goku knows the two of them. It was Shin and Kibito. As Shin and Kibito explain why they're here. As Goku looks at him saying, "Don't worry, Shin, Kibito, you don't have to enter the tournament. I can handle this." As, they trust their student, they also trust Gohan. So they decided to not enter, but just spectate. Yes, they're not gonna enter, they're just gonna spectate. As the first few rounds go by, and soon enough, it was one of those Majin soldiers against, Videl. And I forgot to mention, Gohan is crushing on Videl, and Videl figured out a secret, so yeah, he moved. As Videl absolutely got clapped, and Gohan almost destroyed the arena. Actually, no, almost came in to kill one of them. Almost killed one of them. But Goku held them back, knowing that if he does kill somebody, it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be a pretty ugly sight. But, we move, as it was time for Gohan to fight, as it was up against one of the other Majin fighters, or the Majin soldiers. Majin soldiers. As Gohan knows he's not gonna hold back, powering up to ultimate instantly, as that power was insane. That power could wreck that power was legendary. Just know it was OP. And Gohan accesses it earlier, so he's way more OP than before. But Gohan and the Majin soldier was about to clash until somebody had to wreck the party. As we move, actually no, I think I'm gonna end it here. This video's been long, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next What If Scenario. Peace.